to find the middle of my fabric, I'm going to fold my fabric in half this way, and I'm going to kind of crease it. Okay, then I can take my piece of chalk, and I'm going to make a line right there. Now I know that that's going to be the middle. When I open up my fabric, that line is going to be halfway between the top and the bottom, so my word would end up in the middle. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing from the other sides. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half the other way now. Okay. I'm going to crease it down in the middle, and then I'm going to take my chalk and make a mark going across like that. Okay. Now right in the middle I'm going to end up with a marking, so right between those, that's the very center of where my bottom piece would be. Okay. I want to make sure that this mark is on the right side of my fabric. So if you have fabric that has a wrong side, so when you look at the other side, the back should be the side that has the waterproof coating on it, or it could be the side that looks like it's inside out. Whatever you want on the outside of your bag, that's where you're going to be making the mark. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a piece of embroidery backing paper. It's going to be in a package like this. This is going to be what stabilizes the fabric to make it so that your word is not going to make your fabric wrinkly. Okay. I'm going to take a frame that looks like this, and I'm going to separate the two pieces. Okay. When you end up putting them back together, you'll notice that there are two little arrows that are colored in black. Those two are going to need to match back up again. Okay. The piece that has the metal on it, that one I'm going to leave flat on the table. Okay. Then I'm going to take my embroidery backing paper and set it right on top. Okay. Then I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to put that one on top of my backing paper. Okay. I want my marking from my fabric to end up towards the middle of the frame. Okay, so I'm going to kind of line it up. I want everything to look like it's centered. And then I'm going to put my frame piece back on, and when I do this, I want to make sure that the two black arrows are going to still be on the same side. Okay, now I'm just going to have extra fabric in between. Okay, when I put this on, I want to make sure it looks like it's straight. So I'm going to press down and move my frame, so I'm going to know that it's going to be right where I want it to be. Okay, and sometimes this is the step that's going to take the longest. Okay, so I want my cross to end up in the middle. Okay, I'm going to press down on the side without the arrow first, and then I'm going to press down on the arrow side to make it pop into place. Now if you look right now, you can see it's really wrinkly in the middle. If you leave it like that, after you embroider your word, it's going to keep being wrinkly. So then you're going to try to pull out the fabric a little bit to make it so it's going to be stretched, so it's not going to have any wrinkles left. So all I'm doing is pulling out the fabric, stretching it tight in the frame to get rid of any wrinkles that I see. Okay. Then I want to make sure the frame is down tight. I'm going to check to make sure it looks like it's going to be straight. If this was crooked, if the frame was on there at a diagonal like this, it would make it so the word would be diagonal also. So I want to make sure that this looks like it's all pretty good, and that my cross looks like it's going to be pretty close to the center. That's going to end up being where my word is going to be embroidered. Okay, the last thing I have to do is I have to tighten the screw on top by turning it towards me. I have to tighten this so it's going to be as tight as it can be. Okay? If you are having a hard time getting the frame to get popped into place, all you have to do is loosen the screw by turning it away from you, and then when you're all done, you'll tighten it back towards you. So you make it so it's tight. You shouldn't be able to see any wrinkles, and when you hit on it, it should almost kind of sound like a drum.